To do? Take this off? Okay. I just want to make sure. Hey, this is WJZZ Cool TV, the Music Lounge. I am Miss Bianca Loren, and I am so excited tonight. Mr. Alexander Morris will be here, lead singer of the Four Tops. And we have a fun show tonight. We will be going live, so you have the opportunity to call in if you have any questions, any comments, you want to give some shout outs. This is the place to do it. Music is our background, it is our life. We are so excited here, and I am glad that we will be doing this live. So, this is like our first opportunity to actually have call ins, and you guys have the opportunity to share your thoughts, any concerns, anything you want to say. This is it. So it's about to go down. I am elated. So tune in, listen in, have a good time with us. And we're going to bring the fire to you. But again, I am Bianca Loren. Just to give you some background of who I am actually a first responder. I'm a teacher. Yes, I am a teacher, K through 5. I have been a teacher this is my 4th year. I started in 2017, but I'm kind of like a teacher at heart. However, my background is in music. I adore music. I have been raised in music with my mom, my family. My father is a crooner. We have a humongous music background. So I come from music. So with it being in my heart, I have a lot to say about it. I always had questions about it. How did people get into the music industry? What did they have to do? How are they able to get music out from their heart onto paper? Those have always been my questions. Those have always been my, hey, Alex is here. Alexander Morris.
We in the building.
We are here. Lead singer of the Four Tops. Yes, the one.
I don't know.
The only, yes, you. Only you. It has to be you. Just literally, it has to be you.
It has to be me. I guess it has to be me.
It does. That's what you are.
What's
Detroit
going-
is here. So I was giving them some background of me.
Right.
Just kind of introducing what my history was like, why
Right.
music was good for me, how I started,
Right.
and you came in the middle of that.
Well,
But-
you know what? I'm not going to interrupt.
Yeah.
Because we got a phenomenal show
Yeah.
today, and we know we're a little different because normally we're at the Stonehouse Bar.
Yes.
But this time, all of our guests are coming in from out of state. We've got Guy Reeves coming. Well, they'll be on Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
But Guy Reeves, who works with the likes of Dietrich Haddon.
Nice.
And different ones dealing with from road management to marketing, dealing with the administrative side of the business.
Love.
But he's also a pastor.
That's awesome.
Then we have Mr. William Middlebrooks
Okay.
from Los Angeles. Well, he's originally from Detroit,
Okay.
but he's lives in Los Angeles, California.
Okay.
For almost 20 years of my career, William was my manager. From the Brandy days all the way up until probably 2010, 11.
Nice.
He was my manager, but Will is a marketing genius. He's who the labels go to break records for new artists and all that to help create the synergy that makes a successful artist.
That's awesome.
But he's also has been a pastor.
So he has it all.
From gospel to
many
the secular
experiences,
side.
yes.
And then we have he's my present manager, but one of the most prolific gentlemen in the industry, has been in the industry over 50 years. I'm talking about from Ray Charles to Edwin Starr, Obie Benson, Amy Winehouse, God rest her soul.
Wow.
And different ones. Dr. Marlon McNichols, who is president of record companies. He's one of the top marketing guys still presently in the game here and in the UK.
So he just has this phenomenal resume.
He has
period.
a phenomenal resume, period.
It's so much to say.
Right, and that's why we have him here.
Nice.
And the three of them, as we're getting everything together, because we're going to be on Zoom tonight, so everybody can be able to see them together and to talk with them. And they're going to deal with some elements. But before we do that, I want you to finish because I want everybody to know who my co-host is.
Yeah.
I met Bianca, who we affectionately call Bink.
Bink. Well, he calls me Bolt.
I called her Bolt because she calls me Lightning.
I call him Lightning, and so he said Lightning, but I'm like,
Right.
yes.
I met
So cute.
I met Bolt working in studio session and with a friend of ours, and we were working on some writing for your project.
Yes.
And that's how we met, but our spirits, from a spiritual standpoint, connected. And the type of songs that we were writing and so forth, and your presentation just awesome. But they know who I am, I guess.
We're all learning.
Yeah, he's the one that just won't shut up.
No, it's good. I really like this atmosphere. It's I'm connecting to it.
You connected to it?
I don't know if Sky just blessed it. I don't know what she did. I don't know, but she do it in here, honey.
But
I like
want you all
it.
to know who my co-host is. When I got the concept for the Music Lounge, one thing most people know about me is I pray.
Yeah.
And I ask God, what direction do you want me to go? What do you want me to present? What do you want me to say? What is the premise of everything that we do?
Yeah.
And in doing so, I wanted to have someone that I trust from a standpoint of their integrity, of their character, but and that be indicative of their spirit, how they treat people, but has a God consciousness.
Yeah.
You follow what I'm saying? But somebody who, from an intellectual standpoint, is forthright and knows how to represent. Because one thing that there's a pet peeve of mine, and this is no slight against anyone. It always seems that when it comes to our people, we present ourselves in a way that does not speak of the intellect, of our backgrounds, of our education, and things like that. I don't have a problem with being hip and all that, but there is something that we need to be able to show, because we have young people that are looking up to us, and we have to give them something.
We do.
So for me, it's important, and it was important for me to present and to have sitting next to me, equal with me, a beautiful young African-American black woman who is strong, who is independent, who is who she is within her own right. And
Little old me?
Little old you. But you're who came to my mind, and you were the first person I called.
Wow.
I didn't call anybody else. And when I called, I think I sent you a message over Messenger.
You did.
And you hit me back and was like, oh my God, would I? Yeah.
Yeah. Like, for real? See, what it was, he sent the message on Messenger and then sent a message in a text message. I didn't see Messenger. I just saw my text message.
Right.
And then reflected back, saw that I got an alert through Messenger. And I was like, he sent this message to me. It was like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. Like, what?
Look, I work all through the night.
All through the night, because I responded in the morning. It was like 7 o'clock. I was like, But when he asked, and I just want thank you. Thank you for that. And I thank you that you see me.
Right.
Everybody does not see, okay?
Right.
And you see me. And I appreciate that, and you asked me. And
Right.
I'm so humble and I'm honored by that from the bottom of my heart.
Oh,
I really appreciate
on,
that. I do. You don't have to have, you have something. This is a platform where it's worldwide. You were contacted with from someone in Europe, for God's sakes,
Right.
that is connecting to us, and
Right.
and we're being heard all over the airways. You can
Right.
have anybody sitting next to you, but you chose me, and I appreciate that. I really do.
Right.
I'm honored. So,
If I know this is gonna seem a little almost ghetto.
What?
But Debo, we got our people calling in, and they need to get in touch with you so we can get them on this screen.
aye.
But Bianca is a school teacher.
I am. I was telling them that. I
Right.
started off, and then I had to give them some music background, but yes.
Right.
I am.
She's a phenomenal singer. She's a writer. And you all, look out because coming in March, separate from what we do together in the Music Lounge, Jam Juice Production in conjunction with WJZZ, Cool TV, and Roger Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
See, I've been working on his name. Roger Pennsylvania. What we're doing is we're also producing a show that will be exclusively built around what Bianca does.
Yeah.
And she has one of the most awesome platforms when it comes to empowerment of women of all ages, of all ethnicities,
and all experiences. From it doesn't matter what demographic they come from. It doesn't matter what race or nationality. Yeah.
There's certain things that every woman has in common or has experienced, and y'all, she's a survivor. Yeah. She is a bona fide survivor.
You're gonna make me cry. We are not crying. I refuse. I will not cry.
Oh no, you're gonna cry today.
I will not. I can't. Oh my God, it's coming. No.
Right, but wait a minute. And you know what's funny? all the shows we've done, we never talk or discuss about what we're gonna where.
Ever.
And every time, like clockwork, we come in same colors, and it's just that lets me know there's just a connection that we have. But Bianca, I want you to give them kind of a overview of where we're going when it comes to your show.
Okay. So the premise or the idea, I'm still thinking of the title because it's so many things that it's so many ways I could actually title the show, but mainly connecting to men and women around the space of why did I choose this?
Right.
Okay. I talked to Alex about, some things that I had experienced, and I had to talk to him just so he got to know who I was as a person.
Right.
But some mistakes that I had made. And at the time, you don't really look at them as mistakes until you choose. And then in the end, you find out, oops, shouldn't have did that.
Shouldn't have done that one.
But what happens when you're warned before you choose?
Right. Speak on it.
And you have that unction before you choose.
Right.
And you know there's something going on or there's something wrong before you make that choice.
Right.
And you do it anyway.
And you...
So that's the premise.
Say that again. And
I did it anyway. That's probably the name of the show. Shoot, it could be. Hey, y'all, welcome to I Did It Anyway.
My bad.
I like that. Oh, my God. So I literally, honestly, I've been thinking about it and in prayer about it, too, because this isn't about me. It's about all of us.
Right.
And so just that's the bottom line.
Right.
That's the vein. That's where my source, my energy is going to come from. And that's where I will be able to empower because I know so many people have been there.
Right.
Men and women. And so in that space, I'm collecting ideas. I'm collecting people, telling their stories. How did they get there? Why did they get there? What are they talking about? Where are they now? What are they going to do about it later?
Right.
All those different things. And so that's what Bianca Loren will be getting into starting in March because I'll have my own space to delve into. So
right, one thing about this platform that God has given us, and I have to always refer to it in that regard.
Yeah.
Even though we are very diverse in all of our conversation and the people that we have, our foundation is always and will consistently be that God relationship.
Yeah.
And for me, that is important.
Yes, me too.
But the thing with Music Lounge is creating a conversation, a dialogue between not just us that's in the room or those of us that are in the industry per se, but creating a dialogue. I got my partner on the phone, Mr. William Middlebrooks is in the building.
Mr. Middlebrooks.
We see him. He's coming on in, looking rather swaggy.
Studious.
Rather studious.
He's
there.
so studious. I like.
They're about to bring him on.
All right.
But
so he can't hear us.
But you need your headphones so you can hear him. See.
Okay.
So.
He can't hear us?
Yeah, he'll be able to hear us in a minute. But the thing is,
We're so real here, guys.
you know, hey,
I love it.
I love
have
it.
to be me.
My thing is sometimes the imperfection is the perfection.
Yeah, just be yourself.
Just be yourself. We're not trying to put on no fronts, no airs. Will, can you hear us, man?
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay, well, he'll be
We
coming
getting
on in a
together.
minute. But, like I said, we're creating a dialogue that a lot of people aren't privy to, because a lot of times people have a misconception of what they think the behind-the-scenes story of the music industry is.
Yeah.
And they don't understand that it is not sex, drugs, and rock and roll. There may be an element to some degree, and that element, sad to say, goes across the board.
Yes, it's loud.
It's loud. It's not just because a person may sing, and I see Doc McNichols coming on. It's not just because they sing what we consider secular, non-Christian music.
Yeah.
But it's in all elements and all genres. And the thing that we're doing is we want to give information and give knowledge, and not justify, neither explain, but give a premise
Yes.
of help and knowledge to people, because I'm tired of seeing people from all walks of life and all ages that desire to do this come into this business with a misconstruction
Right.
and a misconcept
Yeah.
of what the music industry really is.
Yeah.
The music industry is not what people think that it is. It is
There's an intelligence to it.
There's an awesomeness. Awesome sauce. There's an awesome
okay.
there's an awesome element to being in it, and the benefits that are readily visible we see. But there's a lot of dynamics that go into that.
Yes.
And there's a lot of traps, pitfalls, and most of them, the Bible says that my people perish for a lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't have an access. I see my manager just came on, Dr. Marlon McNichols, to
Yes,
get him
Mr.
lined in.
McNichols. Hi.
Everybody's coming in.
Yes, they are.
We don't have, they don't have access to a Bianca Laurent or to a Alexander Morris or to a Duke Fakir or to a Dr. Marlon McNichols or William Middlebrooks. They don't have that.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times they are making decisions in their career based off of what somebody else said, off of what somebody else told them. And a lot of times they're making decisions ill-informed. And I've watched over my 29-year career in the music industry, I've watched a lot of people find themselves in bad situations, in circumstances that their gifts were exploited, or they sold their gift or the fruit of their labor, not realizing what they just did because they signed something that they didn't understand.
Yes.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's what we do here at the Music Lounge. We provide a dialogue, but also we deal with the social aspect. We deal with the backdrop as it deals with our families. Pretty soon, Bianca, we have a show that's coming up that we're going to have Miss Brenda Wilson, who is the daughter of Jackie Wilson.
Nice, yeah.
Deborah Stubbs Boltner, who is the daughter of Levi Stubbs.
Yes.
Woo, Four Tops. We're also going to have the owner of WJZZ, Roger. He'll be in because his father was one of the most prolific writers in Motown, writing songs for Gladys Knight and the Pips. One of his most prolific songs, I Wish That It Would Rain, that the Temptations. And then also we're going to have Thelma Mitchell, who I affectionately call Mom Thelma because she embraced me before I was ever a top.
Wow.
And her brother was Levi Stubbs. And we're going to talk from a perspective of the family's view of the industry and the effects that the industry, both positive and negative, have on the families, because it's not all glamour when it comes to the family.
Yes. Sometimes the family is forgotten.
The family's forgotten. Sometimes they're stepped over, looked over.
Yes.
And I was telling someone the other day, Bianca, all of us, every child wants to look in the stand and see their mother, their father in the stands at their games.
Say that.
They want their mom or their dad home when they deal with their first elements in life.
Yeah.
And many of us, because of the way we travel, aren't. My baby girl, that we call Izzy, and my nickname, I call her Bear. 16, she had her first puppy love breakup.
Oh.
And the dad in me
Yeah.
comes first.
Yeah.
And I wasn't able to be there to console her, to put my arms around her and say, well, baby, it's going to be all right.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da. You're going to meet more than this guy and so forth and such. But the only way I could console her was I'm on a tour bus. And I had to talk to her over FaceTime, which I'm thankful that I was able to at least do that.
Yeah.
But I wasn't able to put my arms around her the way dads do with their baby girls. Mm-hmm. You know, I've had to leave with my daughter, my middle daughter, Temperance. I had to leave with her in the hospital. Mm-hmm. You know, and that's not always easy because a lot of times we want to be there. They want us to be there.
Exactly.
And sometimes the families suffer because we're doing our jobs.
Exactly.
You follow what I'm saying? And it happens that way.
And you have to do your job.
Right. The Bible says if a man don't work, he don't eat.
It's so.
You follow what I'm saying? So
it's a fine line.
It's a fine line.
Yeah.
You know. So I just so they're letting me know, everybody, that our guests are here, and I'm clicking us in, getting us ready.
Thank you.
And click in.
Our guests are here. They are ready through Zoom.
I got Zoom. Mm-hmm. It says, please wait.
So there's a connection that needs to be.
Yeah. So I accepted on our side.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting for Debo.
Yeah.
Please wait. The meeting host will let you in soon.
So in the meantime, while we're waiting, I just want to commend you.
Thank you.
For at least being the father that you need to be for your family.
Thank you.
There are so many fathers that aren't.
Right.
Whether you had to sacrifice or not, you are doing it. And so I know it hurts, you know, not to be able to console, to hold, to, you know, comfort and be there one-on-one.
Right.
But you were able to do it in a way that was effective still.
Right.
And sometimes we have to sacrifice or...
Debo, I'm connected in, boss.
Come in a different way.
It's waiting on you.
Yeah, we'll have to come. We come in a different way,
right?
And choose our way. So
we're letting our team know, and I have to give a shout out to the Music Lounge team.
Oh yes,
Mr. Devon Hawkins.
Come on, Devon.
We call him Devo.
Come on, Devo.
Devo is he deals with all of our sound and technical issues. I have to also give a big shout out. We call him affectionate. We call him nephew. You know, we call him Neff.
Yeah,
you
Neff.
know, but Mr. Richard Green, because he's the one who does all of our shooting and editing and all that type of stuff. We can't do what we do without them.
Yes.
Though we're the ones that they see on camera.
Yeah.
It's the shoulders that we stand on.
Yes.
And I got to give a big shout out to the both of them.
Come on, y'all.
You know what I'm saying?
We shout you out. We shout
nephew,
you out.
what's up, boy? So, but again, so we're just waiting for them to connect us all in.
Yeah.
But I'm thankful that we have the type of platform that we have to be able to talk about different things.
Yeah.
One thing I can say is in my career, I've been blessed. William Middlebrooks was my first manager, but Will taught me a lot. I learned the nature of the business from a very real perspective. And he was very protective of those that he represented. I met Will. I already checked in. It says waiting on Devon. I met Will because I was working in Los Angeles with Keith Crouch, who was the lead producer and the founder of what we call Human Rhythm. He is the man who produced Brandy's first album, and all of us were a part of that. And we okay, they got me calling. Okay, here we go.
We're getting the virtual thing down, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I met him, and he took me under his wing.
Mm-hmm.
And in taking me under his wing, I'm in. Am I in? We in there, y'all. Okay, we in there. We in there. Dr. McNichols? Yeah, there you go. How you feeling, Doc?
Hey, Doc. I can't hear him.
You doing good? Do we have, is William on here? Yeah, I hear you. What's going on, Will? What's cracking with you, man? Good. Look, Will, we live on the air right now, man. Don't you come on here starting no stuff. Don't you start no stuff
Don't
today.
start it.
Don't start, no won't be none. But I'm so happy to have Dr. Marlon McNichols, and also to have Mr. William Middlebrooks on the line with us. Mm-hmm. And we're going to jump right in. I was already giving them some background, Doc and Will, on who you gentlemen are as it pertains to the music industry. Mm-hmm. But I also gave them some backdrop on who you are in your personal lives, from a ministry standpoint, from a God relationship. Well, if I mute it, we can't hear them because they're not coming through the headphones. So, what I'm saying is we have to who you guys are. And one of the questions that I posed, Bianca, to Dr. McNichols, and he told me I got him treading in deep water. And I posed to William, is that where do we draw the line when it comes to business between our business side and our side that has a consciousness when it comes to people?
Family. Mm-hmm.
When it comes to not just family, when it comes to doing business.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start with Will. Will, what is your business acumen when it comes to the music industry, from your perspective, and how you correlate between that and your artist, but also how you are able to keep a consciousness about what you do and how you do what you do?
Mm-hmm. That's a good question.
Will? Can you hear me, William?
Is your phone muted?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I know they're there, but I don't know if they can hear me.
Yeah, they look like they're sitting waiting for directions, so I don't think they can.
I have no idea.
Wowzers.
Wowzers.
Well, guys,
Because this is not working.
as we figure this out, we'll continue to.
Right, I know everybody's there.
Yeah, I see them.
Yeah, but we can't
That's
hear
what I'm
them in here by any means.
Okay.
So, and what we're going to do is we're going to re-accept this. We're joining the meeting again. Clicking in. We're here. Okay. We're not getting any feed. We're not hearing them or seeing them or getting anything on our side. So, anywho, we just gonna let it ride. Anyway,
Yeah.
Will,
Will.
I see William.
and
I see William.
Doc is at the
and
top.
I see Doc at the top.
Yeah.
Will, can you hear me?
No, they can't. They're looking down, waiting.
Will, can you hear me?
Mm-mm.
Okay. We're having technical difficulties today, y'all, but y'all bear with us. We getting it together. We coming on through. And can you hear me, Will?
No, he can't hear you. He would have responded.
Right.
But this is how things happen.
This is how things
and
happen. We
it's
can't,
okay.
you know, it is what it is.
You got it to go.
Welcome to technology.
Yeah, yeah, it's all good. It's all good. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But I guess it sounds just like William really laid the foundation for you.
Right, he
and
did.
We need foundation layers.
He Will taught me how to.
He said Will wants you to unmute your microphone.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Unmute this microphone.
Yeah.
And we're going to unmute the microphone, people.
Now I just saw your face appear on this screen.
You just saw my face?
Yeah.
All right. So we're getting it together.
Yeah.
And we're going to get this together because we're not going to lose today.
No.
It is not going to happen.
Oh, it's no one is lost at all. We are here.
We are here
and we are doing it. It is
a wrap.
Happening. So this isn't something that you're thinking about or wanting to do. No, it is active in its life. So there is no loss at all.
There's no loss. And one thing we don't do is we don't take L's.
No. This is movement.
That's what we don't do.
It's
we don't take L's. But y'all bear with us just for a quick moment.
No one has walked away. They're still waiting. So it's no loss at all. William Middlebrooks is sitting there and Doc
He's sitting there
too.
smiling and so is
they know how things happen. So
it just happens that way sometimes,
it does,
but
it does.
The thing is we're going to get this underway. We're trying to get logged in. I've been in, but for whatever reason is kicking me off the system.
They cannot hear us.
They can't hear us at all.
And we cannot hear them.
And we can't hear them. I'm trying to figure it out here.
So talk to William. Can you hear us? Doc, can you hear us? Doc? William, can you hear us, William? William or Doc? No, they're not responding.
They're not responding. It's got me rejoining the meeting again. I'm coming back in. Okay, waiting on Devon Hawkins to let me in the room.
Yeah, so I see Alex's iPhone in the waiting room. Waiting.
All right.
Okay.
And I am...
William, can you hear us? Doc, can you hear us?
Will, can you hear me?
Very
you hear
good.
Me?
We can... Okay, he said yes.
All
good.
Right, good.
We've been calling.
Man, we've been trying to get this thing to come together. Doc, can you hear me? All right, there we go.
Yay, hi guys.
All right.
Thank you for your patience.
Now we cooking with gas. All right. Hey, Will. I guess you all already heard the question. But, again, Dr. Marlon McNichols, Mr. William Middlebrooks. Will, tell me something. What is your business acumen as it pertains to the music industry as a manager and in the marketing genre, and how, but in conjunction with what you believe as a person, how does that thing correlate? I want you tell me. How does that correlate, Will?
Can you hear us, Will?
Will, can you hear us?
No, he cannot hear again.
It's taking us out again.
He said something. Can you repeat?
What I said was, Will.
Make sure we can hear him. Will, can you hear me now? Can you hear me, Will?
Will?
He cannot hear. He's staring at the.
Yeah.
He's.
This is getting monotonous.
Aww.
This is getting monotonous, but.
Well, instead of having it like Zoom, can you just call him and then just put it on a speaker and then he'll just speak through
that's what we're going to have to do, because
the microphone, because this will delay and then we'll be out of here in 20 minutes. So we're going to give them a call.
No, it's not my phone.
No,
the problem is we're not hearing anything coming through our headphones.
Yeah. So we're going to give them a call.
So we're coming in.
And we'll just have them speak through speakerphone to give their story.
And so we're going to do this one more time. And if not, then we're going to apologize for Will. Can you hear me? All right, Doc, I can hear you.
I can
All
hear them
right.
too. I can hear them too.
So, my question, Will, is as a manager, operating the way you operate and moving the way you move, give what is your business acumen as it pertains to the business versus your God consciousness and how it relates to the artists that you represent?
Mm.
Okay. Right. Right.
I know that's right. Come on and know it.
Preach, Reverend. Right. Right.
That's
Dr.
awesome.
McNichols, same question. Where do you stand? And Dr. McNichols is literally an icon when it comes to the business aspect of and to the administrative and marketing. But he has a sincere God consciousness in what he does. Doc, where's your perspective when it comes to the representation of your artists and doing good business, even if it's hardline business?
Mm.
Where do you draw the line between what is good business
Mm-hmm.
and what is business that affects your spirit
Mm-hmm.
in the in a negative?
Mm-hmm. I like that.
Right. 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 Right.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
let me go here. Um, being that we all of us have a God base. First and foremost, Will, I'm gonna ask you this question: what is the biggest misconception that young artists, and it doesn't matter the age, but young artists coming into into what we call this game, what is their misconception of what a manager or who a manager is or the duties of a manager?
Mm.
Okay. What is that misconception? Uh huh. Right. okay, for those that don't that know the terms, what is the difference between a manager and an agent? Because I know a lot of guys, when they come to the game, Bianca, they'll say, well, what can the manager do for me?
Exactly.
Well, is he getting me gigs?
Yeah.
Is he gonna get me placements?
Yeah.
Is that the manager's responsibility? I'm asking you, Will. Say it again, Doc. Yeah, go ahead, Doc. Will made the statement dealing with they confuse an agent with a manager.
Mm-hmm.
What is the difference between an agent and a manager? Is it the manager's responsibility to beat the streets to get the engagements, to get them a deal, to get their songs placed? Or is it the manager's job to manage the business affairs that the artist already has in place? What's the difference?
That's good.
Right. Right. Got you.
Wow. That is very good information.
Will, when I worked with you, there were certain deals that you walked away from that, from a lucrative standpoint, would have worked well as far as the finance end, but you walked away for character or integrity or ethical reasons.
Mm-hmm.
How does ethics blend in a business that has such a demonic level of activity?
Yeah, real open.
Explain. Uh-huh. Right. Right.
That's good. That's good.
That's
It's
why I was saying,
necessary.
Bianca, when I came into the industry, uh, I can't say rose-colored glasses, but I was naive. But because I had a William Middlebrooks, and at that time, Reality Entertainment Group, I had a level of protection, but also being schooled in the knowledge of the business.
So what did you think when you, in the beginning, before you met William? What did you think it was going to be like, or how it was going to happen?
Well, me coming into the industry, I'm a pastor's kid. I'm a bishop's kid.
Yeah.
I came up singing in conventions, preaching in conventions by the time I was 18, 19 years old. We never really knew the understanding of the business side of it, because we're used to singing in conferences and at programs and things.
Things that are already
that are,
established.
but we never really looked at the business side of it because we just excited that somebody wanted to hear us
We
sing.
hear y'all sing. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You follow what I'm saying? We were just excited because of that.
They can hear your voice.
You know what I mean? So that being said, when I went to Los Angeles and began to operate in Los Angeles, and I met Will, I got a crash course. This is not what you think this is.
Wow.
And things that we were told and we thought from knowing the difference between what is a term in a contract versus years. The average person thinks I signed a 5-term deal. They think they signed a 5-year deal. No, a term could be anywhere from 15 to 18 months.
Wow.
Something that simple, or making or signing something that gives your ownership of your publishing and your rights to a record away for a certain amount of years, depending on the percentages. You could find yourself being famous but being broke.
Right.
Or being taken advantage of.
Right.
Doc, let me ask you this. I always use the statement that publishing is to a writer and a song producer what a 401k is to a person who is retiring out of the factory. That's our retirement. And I have to say this, and I'm not throwing shade in any type of way, but I can only go from my experience. We get criticized a lot of times because we are church, but we work in the secular world. But for me personally, the secular world, musically, business-wise, dealt more honorably with me than what we consider the gospel world.
Wow.
You follow what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because the secular world tells you what it is up front. They want, and this is how you do, and you negotiate. All right. Gospel coming in, they want half of your publishing to be able to put a song on this artist. Doc, why is publishing so important to the point that that's the first thing that most people go after of an artist, of a writer? Why is that publishing so important? Why is it that our artists, our young people, those in the industry need to understand publishing, mechanicals, royalties, what Will said, intellectual properties, branding? What is, explain that to me.
Yeah.
Right. 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 Yes. Right. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right. Let me ask you this question, Will. Yeah, because I was getting ready to come to you, Will.
Right. Mm.
Right.
Right. Right. Wow.
Now you understand why we having this conversation.
Yes.
Will, let me ask you this question because Doc, you and I have had this conversation, and I'm gonna bring it back to you, Doc. Will, let me ask you this question. Everything is big on streaming right now. Where does the writer and the artist fall in the dynamic of streaming
Mm.
when it comes to the breakdown of who gets what? 2 minutes? Because like everybody on they streaming, they have 1 million, 2 million streams, but the check is that big.
Mm.
Explain why. I mean, is streaming? Go ahead.
Mm. Wow.
Got you.
That wraps it up. Mm-hmm. Mm.
Doc,
Mm-hmm.
Doc, you and I had a conversation, and you were talking about subscriptions. Explain to our audience that breakdown. When I pay $9 to say a music platform where I can download music,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Doc, explain that breakdown of where the who gets paid first and who gets paid last, who gets paid the most and who gets paid the least. Right. Okay.
Wow.
Good Lord.
Exactly. Hmm. Right. Station hogging.
Got you.
Radio hogging. We're gonna wrap up here.
Right.
Wow.
Listen,
We
this
thank
this
you.
what we got to do.
This was awesome. Part two.
Yeah.
Literally.
Listen, next week
Yes.
we're gonna pick this up with Doc and with Will.
Yes.
We got to have y'all on for a part 2 of this.
Yes, we
Can we
do.
do that with y'all? Because and my thing is, this is the information that we need.
Exactly.
Without this information, we lose, and we continue to lose.
Exactly.
You follow what I'm saying?
We do. Yeah.
I've seen it. That we're continuing to lose because, again, our premise: my people perish. That means they suffer, they die, they fall away because of a lack of knowledge.
Exactly.
I've been blessed to have men like this in my life.
Thank you
that have
so
taken
much.
the time to train me, school me, teach me.
Yes.
But it's not for me to hoard it,
Yes.
but to give a dynamic to those that are coming behind because I want to see somebody else successful. I'm not here to be stingy. I'm here to, if I bring knowledge to you or put it where you can get it, then it's up to you to come get it.
Exactly.
And so we're going to wrap up. Doc, we love you.
Thank
Will,
you,
I love
Doc.
you, man.
Oh, my goodness.
I appreciate y'all. Listen,
It's
WJZZ,
nice to meet you, Will. Yes.
Cool TV.
Yes.
We was in the building live.
In
We're
the
going to be back
building
next
live.
Wednesday at 7 o'clock. We're
7
going to pick this
o'clock.
up with part